Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Can everyone hear me? I hope so. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And awesome. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Hello, hello. If you're watching live or if you're watching or if you're listening to the show, welcome and happy Tuesday. Today is November 18th, 2014, and we are here with your angels, with my angels, and we are connecting. And we're in a different location, obviously. I'm in a different location today, so bear with me with the technology. We're going to just ask the angels to make sure that everything, all the technology is taken care of. And I'm going to put my little, there we go, put my little thing on there. Okay, great. So, you can see my little halo going on. All right, so today, I know on the actual scheduled call, we are supposed to be talking about, trying to hide that light there. We're supposed to be talking about gratitude, and it's November. It's a great time to talk about gratitude, and it's all about, but I really feel that everybody has been talking about gratitude, and not that it's not a good thing, it's a great thing. So I won't be talking too much because I'm sure you're going to be inundated about being grateful and Thanksgiving, and I don't want to go over it too much. I'm very well aware that you are conscious and you are aware of being grateful and showing gratitude, because when you are in an attitude of gratitude, then great things are going to come your way. So I was at this networking event yesterday, and I want to share with you some of a little mini exercise that I did at this networking event. It was about gratitude, and it was a piece of paper. So I'm not going to have you go get a piece of paper. I just want you to take a few minutes, and I'm going to give you some time. Just take a deep breath, and I want you to come up with at least 5 people. If you can come up with 10, that would be awesome. But come up with 5 people that you are grateful for. So I'm going to give you about a minute to go over that. And just think on the top of your head, off the top of your head, just 5 people or 10 people that you are grateful for. And then I'll tell you what to do with that after. All right? So go ahead and take a few seconds. I'm going to take about a minute, and I want you to just think about that. All right, take a deep breath. I'm going to try to bring in some music here. Okay, not music. It's a timer. Keep going. And I want you to, I thought I just ended the call. Okay, good, I did it. And I want you to know, hopefully by now you have 5 people. If you don't, you can still do this after the fact. I want you to go ahead and now write down next to, write down, you're not writing anything down, but I want you to think of these 5 to 10 people, and I want you to think of one of the few things that you can do for them this week. Whether it's calling them, whether it's giving them a hug, whether it's taking them to lunch, or whether it's giving them a call to say, you know, how much they mean to you, or buying them a little gift, or maybe spending some time with them. I want you to take another few seconds and kind of tie what you want to do to each person that you are grateful for. And again, you can start with 5. If you have 10, then awesome. But start with the first 5 and just make up in your mind that the goal that you're going to be doing something for them. So one of those things. So I'm going to give you a couple more time, and this time I will have some music. I have some music by Sonia Choquette. So again, it's Sonia Choquette music. Hopefully it'll play. I don't know if it will, because I'm on it. Okay, maybe not. All right, maybe it's not going to play. There we go. So just a few seconds. Stay true to my dream, I must over. Okay, and it stopped. All right, well, if it comes on again, we'll find out. I'll give you a few more seconds. All right, and go ahead and stop. And I want you to just, when you do have the moment, write that down. Write down what it is that you wanted to do for each person and who those people were, because it really, just even a hug or even a phone call or taking someone out to lunch, it means a lot. It really means a lot. Imagine if someone that you really cared for and loved, and family and or friend, gave you a call and said, hey, you know what? You really mean a lot to me, and I want to show my appreciation. And you don't have to tell them what for. You just want to. You can just call them and say, you know, I want to just show you how grateful I am for you being in my life, and you really mean something to me. So make a difference in someone else's life, someone that you love, someone that you know, and someone that means something to you. Other ways I will briefly go over that you can be grateful for, because everybody talks about, well, be grateful and be grateful. There we go. Be grateful and be grateful, but sometimes it's not always easy to step into that role, to step into that that attitude of gratitude. Sometimes we're just stuck in our own dramas, or we're stuck in our own, you know, stories, and it's all about what can we do just to break that monotony? What can we do to get out of that funk and just get it back into being in the attitude of gratitude? So a few ideas are from, again, the networking event that I went to yesterday, was writing a gratitude letter. So just writing someone a letter, or writing it to yourself, like, what are you grateful for in your life right now? Just, you know, I'm grateful for my home, I'm grateful for the food that I ate today, and all the people that went into preparing my food, whether it was the people that grew my food, if I had vegetables, and the people that picked it, the people that packaged it, the people that put it in, you know, the delivery people to the grocery store, or wherever it is that you eat. Maybe you were at a restaurant, maybe the chef, maybe the restaurant owner, for wherever it is, maybe yourself, maybe you're growing your own food and you have a garden, and you're able to be grateful for the ability to grow your own crops. I know I have, this summer I did, I grew my own tomatoes. So I have my own organic tomatoes. And so what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for my home, my food, my family, my friends, the support that I've had, a friendship that I have, that I was able to have a great lunch today with a friend. So whatever it is for you, just write a gratitude letter for yourself, or to someone that you are grateful that they are in your life, that he or she is grateful, that you're grateful that he or she is in your life. Another thing is you can take a gratitude walk. This is good. This is a good, I like this reminder, because we are constantly, again, in the stress, in the monotony, in go, 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 go. And when you take a walk, which is an attitude of gratitude, a gratitude walk, you're just able to go outside and clear your mind of everything that is no longer serving you. At that time, you're able to de-stress, you're able to just really let go of just the day's stresses and your anxiety, anything, and you're just able to, maybe you'll see a squirrel on the way, on the way by. Every time I see a squirrel, it's like your attention gets veered off. It's like the doggy in the commercials and the cartoons. It's like, all of a sudden, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. So it's kind of like, for us, we're in our own head, and when we go outside and we have a gratitude walk, then we might see a squirrel that might veer us out of our mind of our daily activities, and we're able to step out of that. So, or maybe it's a bird. Maybe you see a spider with, carrying its baby, its babies, and they're walking from one side to another. Or maybe you're seeing, a raccoon or a possum. Or if you're in the wilderness and you're out by the snow, maybe you'll see bears. I don't know if you're in Alaska or wherever you are. So be open to just taking a gratitude walk, or if it's not too freezing cold wherever you are. Because I know some of my family, they are in below zero weather. So I'm sending you some more vibrations if that's you. If that's you watching. So just taking a gratitude walk is really, really awesome. Saying a thank you letter. A lot of people don't do this anymore. They don't do, maybe think about the last time somebody did something for you, and just write them a little gratitude. Thank you. Like, thank you so much for that. Or thank you for the gift. Even if it wasn't your favorite gift or was a wrong color, it's just being grateful. When you are grateful, then the universe is like, oh, okay, great. Then we're going to send you more blessings so that you can receive more. You can receive more. The same goes with money as well. Anytime that you bless your money that you have, and you manage the money that you have, and you're budgeting, and you're taking care of that money, and you're investing it, or you're spending it wisely, or you're saving it, you're donating it, you're buying a book to better your education, or whatever it is for you. Maybe you've been working really hard and you're gonna take a vacation, or you're just gonna splurge a little and buy some bath salts and massage, or whatever that is for you. Making sure that you are being grateful for that, because as you do that, and as you are able to manage that, then what ends up happening is the universe is saying, oh, well, since you can manage this amount of money, we're going to send you more. And it keeps growing. Well, since you can manage this amount of money, well, we're going to send you more. And it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So continue being grateful. And then another thing that I want to say about money and being grateful is that when you are, of course, I lost my train of thought. It happens. This happens. Let me bring a little. Okay, there we go. That helps. So when you are managing your money, you are being grateful for what you have, and you are going to be receiving more money. It just slipped my mind. It'll come to me later. But just notice that being in that attitude of gratitude really does help. Really, really does help. So okay, what else? Oh, there were a couple more things. Writing a thank you letter, writing a gratitude letter, taking a gratitude walk. So think about other ways that you could be grateful, or just act it instead of just thinking it, like, oh, I have to do this gratitude work every single day. What are you grateful for about yourself? What is so amazing about yourself that is just so unique about you that other people don't have, or not very many people have? What is that? I'd love to hear what that is for you. So if you are going to be asking a question this evening, the phone lines will be open, and you can go ahead and call in. I'm sorry, if you're on the call, then you want to push 5-star. Yes, 5-star to let me know that you have a question. 5-star. And I'm going to ask you, what are you grateful for? What is it about you that is so special, that is so unique, and that nobody else has? So be prepared to answer that if you are going to be asking a question this evening to your angels and to your guides. Just be ready for that. We've got a big yard behind me, so sometimes you might see, if you see little bubbles behind me, those are little angels. There's a lot of angels in this home, a lot of fairies in this home. So if you see that, that's just normal, FYI. Or if you hear a little sound in the back, that's probably just our nature friends that are visiting. All right, so other ways that you can be grateful for is helping those that are less fortunate than you. So Thanksgiving as we know, is coming around the corner. Maybe spending some time volunteering your actual time to a homeless center, to a homeless shelter, perhaps helping like a food, a food kitchen, or you can help donate some canned goods, go through your cupboard and go through the stuff that you just for sure aren't going to eat. Or maybe just different ways. Go into a meetup group, and there's so many different ways that you can volunteer. I think I mentioned this last time, but there's a meetup group that I joined that allows me to volunteer my time to feed horses. It's awesome. And then I get to ride them, and if you don't know how, then they teach me, which I think that's just super awesome. So maybe it's going to a hospital and they have those programs where they're babies, they don't have moms, and they need somebody to hold them. So there's so many different ways. Or maybe if you have a loved one, like for instance, my grandparents, both of my grandmothers are still alive by the grace of God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. And I love them dearly, but they're in a different state. And whenever I see, someone older that reminds me of them, I take the extra time to be extra patient and to be kind, because I'm not around. It makes me want to cry. I'm not around my grandmothers. I'm not around them to be extra patient with them. And so I'm hoping that by me being grateful, by me loving this other person that is elderly, that maybe doesn't have their grandparents or whatever at that moment, could be at the grocery store or whatever. But if I'm able to be of service to them at that moment, then I'm just praying and I'm just trusting that God is putting people on my grandparents' path as well, so that they are taken care of, so that they are always surrounded by people who are loving, and by people who can watch out for them or protect them, or be on the lookout for them. So that is something that you can do. I mean, it's not something that I do all the time. I remember this one time at band camp. Just kidding. I was in Las Vegas, and a friend of mine and we were leaving Whole Foods, or it was an area that had a Whole Foods, and she was driving, and as we were leaving, we saw an elderly woman, and she was having such a hard time with her bags, like such a hard time. So, because we're women, I'm extra cautious. I don't pick up strangers. But this was an elderly woman. And of course, if it's a man, I'm sorry, but because I'm a woman, I don't pick up men like that. So my friend and I, we stopped and we totally helped her, and we gave her a ride. It was literally from one block to another, and it was very close. And that was just, to me, like, I'm just like, I'm so glad that her and I were there to help her. And maybe we were there to just, for whatever reason. But so yeah, it just feels good. And also, this is what else I learned from being at the networking event yesterday. And I haven't done too much research about this, but I found out that when you are grateful, or when you help someone else, when you are doing a random act of kindness, or when you're doing things for others, such as the thank you letter, such as giving them a hug, or such as cooking them dinner, or taking someone to lunch, or giving them a phone call, right, that we talked about earlier, that you're going to be doing with your 5 or 10 people, that it actually increases your serotonin. And not to get too chemically balanced or too physical or scientific on you, but serotonin is that chemical that is created in our bodies when we are around loved ones. So when you're around your lover, your partner, and you're embracing, or when you're kissing, that's all serotonin. And that's why a lot of women, we love that affection, and that's why we crave chocolate, because the chocolate increases our serotonin. And so when we do acts of kindness for others, and when we do things for others, it actually helps us feel better about ourselves. So it helps us get out of depression. It helps us get out of feeling in a funky mood. And so instead of just eating chocolate or going to, get a chocolate bar, try something like, doing something for someone else and see how that works. All right. So awesome. Let's go ahead and tune in to your angels before I take a call, before we take any questions. I want you to just take a deep breath and tune into your angels. I'm close to Disneyland, so you might be able to hear the fireworks in the back. I don't think you can, you can't see them from here, but you can hear them. Well, I can hear them. So go ahead and take a deep breath and just tune into your angels and just ask them to come through to give you guidance, to give you comfort, to give you clarity, direction, and anything else that your heart is desiring. Anything else that your heart desires, just take that deep breath and just trust that you are divinely guided, you are taken care of, you are definitely taken care of. Definitely, definitely, definitely. All is well, all is perfect, all is complete. And I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for this evening. All right. And then I'll go ahead and go to the phone lines. All right. Okay, the card is too much going on at once. The need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. And it's the Two of Earth. I hope you can see that without there being a blur. Okay, there we go. That's a little dark here, but if I put the light any closer to the card or to my face, you will not be able to see me because it is so bright. I tried it earlier, trust me. I tried playing around with that. So this is a card, Two of Earth. And it is all about, so this is the Angel Tarot deck, and the Two of Earth is all about, so there's 4 suits instead of the clubs and spades, etc. We have the earth, wind, fire, and water. And the Earth card symbolizes everything that has to deal with physical needs. Physical needs such as our materialistic needs. Not that they're bad. It's like home, job, career, security, anything that has to deal with your root chakra, for those of you that know where it is, right? It's at the end of your tailbone, and that's all root chakra related. So wearing the color red, if you've been feeling like that's out of balance, or you need more protection, or you need more security, or you're working on a job or money, that's all about it. It's all about the red, and the red color, that's all earth related. So this is the Two of Earth, and it's all about the fairies, because the fairies are in the earth realm, right? Too much going on at once. They're saying that you've got to stay focused. Stay focused on what it is that you want, because you are going in one direction and you're like fluttering and you're like, oh, I want another something else. And then you go into another direction and you're fluttering. And so there's a lot of miscommunication that you're giving to the universe. So when you put in your order to the universe, or when you are letting the universe know, hey, this is what I want. I'm going for that job. I'm going for this job. I'm going for this job. Going for this job. And then you're like, oh wait, but it would really be nice to like work for myself as well. Then the universe is like a little confused, and the universe is like saying, okay, well, so what is it? We're going to stop sending you the job because now you want to work for yourself. And so nothing really pans out because you're coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. So let's see if there's anything else in the card. Yeah, just hold your focus, just hold your intention on what it is that you really, really want, and go for it. Just act as if it's already coming to you. Act as if it's already time for you to receive, and just be open to receiving. Just be open to receiving. Don't doubt. Release the doubt. Release the worry. We're still on letting go of the full moon energy. We have the new moon coming in this weekend. Super excited about that. So just let that go. Just let all that go. Just let all of it go. All right, awesome. So that is that first card. I do have a caller this evening. I hope you can hear me. All right. We've got Florence on the line. Hi, Florence. You there, honey?
Hello?
There you are. There you are. Hi, hon.
Here I am.
Could you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
I hear you good.
Perfect, perfect. I'm so glad that you're on the call, Florence. How can I fully support you this evening?
It's true what you're saying about what the angel said. There's a lot of drama at work. I'm just trying to keep sane. I'm just trying to mind my own business, but there's so much drama and negativity at work. I know that it's not going to affect me, but it's just you pick up other people's vibes, you pick up other people's
energy,
what they're feeling. So I just, that's what angels are right about that, but I just want to know what the angels have to say to me.
Okay.
What messages they have for me today.
Okay, great. Awesome. And just in general, you're just open to receiving anything, or do you want it more specific about the work and whatnot? Do you want me to be specific to ask about the work, or are you?
Not specific about work,
okay.
Just,
okay.
What do they have to say? Yeah.
Perfect.
What they have to say.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So let's go ahead and tune into Florence's angels. So take a deep breath, Florence, and just tune in. And I know you want some guidance. So Florence's angels, please come forward. Please be clear. Please be loud. All right, looks like they're ready to. My hair is just. Okay. Okay, so these are going to be some good cards for you. The first card that's coming through, Florence, and I'm really getting that this has to deal with your job because it's a life purpose card. It says study. So, and I want to say that this has come through before for you, but the card says study, and it's all about what's coming through for me is they're saying, like, if you want another position, you're going to have to, like, not necessarily get another certification, but like do some reading up or do some kind of research or do some kind of homework for that. Okay, so this has to deal with your life purpose, and they're saying that it's just that's all that it is. So if you're looking for movement and some action in your job, see if you can get into the books or see if there's like another position that you are able to dive into, but you might have to study a little bit or do a little bit of research. They're also showing me that to stop looking outside of yourself for movement. They're saying that you hold the key. You have the key to make things happen. So it's a matter of however long you want to continue in the current situation. Okay? The card actually says reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. And I do see you still, honey. I know I've told you this before, but I do see you helping other people, helping more people than you are right now. So whatever needs to happen for you to get there, just ask the angels to guide you and have them give you 3 signs in the process, okay? The second card the second card is coming through, and this one I already know this resonates with you because you say this all the time. It's an Archangel Jeremiel card, and it says, all is well. And Florence, you're always saying that, like, I'm all right, I'm okay, I'm all right, right?
Yeah.
You say that all the time, and that's what the angels are telling you. All is well, all is well, all is well, all is well. So remember, when we work together, one of the things that I want you to get used to saying is, instead of saying, I'm all right, I'm okay, I want you to bump it up again to everything is awesome. Things are working out for me. I am so grateful because my life is better than I can imagine. My life is turning out better than I can imagine. And you don't have to see it right away. You just have to start saying it. Everything is working out. I'm so grateful. Everything is fine. I'm fine. I'm perfect. I'm awesome. I'm great. So bump it up on the energy level again, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And then the third.
Now, with everything that's going on at work and stuff like that, I know there's a lot of negativity, and I just say, why let the Holy Spirit be with me, protect me, and put me in a shield bubble.
Yes, and not.
Okay. You know, I'm fine. I'm well.
I'm awesome. I want to hear you say I'm awesome.
Yeah. You know, seeing everybody's negativity and what the unknown, you know, how their expressions on their faces and stuff, because there's been some layoff.
Okay.
And it's not good. I just say, Lord, just guide them the right way instead of saying, oh, I just guide them, just protect them.
Right.
I say a little prayer. Yeah.
And then I know that you have been, you have crystals. Are you taking your crystals to work?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I have them in my purse, and sometimes I carry them on me.
Okay, great. Good. That is awesome. I want you to continue saying that you are awesome. No matter what happens, you are awesome and you're taken care of. Archangel Jeremiel just said, all is well. So you've got to trust that, okay?
Yes, I do.
The third card is bringing us to the work. And it's an angel therapy card, and it says, be willing to forgive. So letting go of any grudges, letting go of the judgments of how people are supposed to be acting at work, letting go, just let go. You know what? Everybody has their own journey. If they have their drama, that doesn't mean that you need to join it. And maybe, you know what? Maybe they're going through a really hard time right now in their life. You know?
Yeah.
There's this story that was going around years ago on the internet. You know, when you would get spam mail and all this stuff, and it was a story about how this man, there was somebody walking through like a grocery store, and he was standing in line, and the person in front of him had 3 kids, and the 3 kids were running amok. Like, they were running up and down, and they were getting things, and they were just not listening. And the dad was not doing anything to the effect, like to reprimand them or to scold them or anything. And the person behind was thinking, you know, what is wrong with this father? Like, what is he doing? He's such a bad father. And then all these judgments came out, right? Like, bad father, he's not even taking care of his own kids, and then he's got 3 kids. He's not even holding them accountable to anything or being a responsible father. And all these judgments came out. And when it came time for the father to pay, the cashier asked this father in front of him, how are the kids doing, since the mom passed? And then at that moment, you just feel like, oh my gosh, here I am just judging this person, just judging this father. And it was like not even a week ago that his wife had just passed away, and now these children don't have a mother, right? And it's just like, we don't know what's going on in other people's homes. We don't know what kind of life. Maybe they're struggling with suicide. Maybe they're struggling with depression. Maybe they're struggling with stuff, because they're living with their parents at home and they're not happy, or whatever it is, So the card that's coming forward is be willing to forgive. Be willing to forgive yourself. Be willing to forgive them for whatever it is that they're going through, or, and for us to expect that we have to be perfect and that they have to be perfect as well. So that's the angel therapy card that's coming forward. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the challenge that they're putting you through, like, just, people, like you said, you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
And I just say, it's slow, leave it alone, just say, good morning, hi, how are you? They talk a lot, just listen, be quiet.
Right. Right.
And that's what right now. And I'm okay with that, you know, and I feel good about it. I don't feel like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, people talk, people are rude, people are just mean.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, let it go, flow, let it go.
Let it go, let it go. And you know what? It's awesome that it's not easy. You're right. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy, you know, especially I know for me it's most challenging when I'm driving. The most challenging when I'm driving because I'm like, oh, let that go. The guy just cut me off and I really want to flip him off. But I'm going to be honest, but I'm, you know, it's like, is it really worth it? Who cares, you know? So it's not easy, especially when you're yeah, and especially when you're working with people on a day-to-day basis, or I know for you it's not every day, but it's pretty, you know, on a weekly basis. Most of the people that we spend our work days with, we spend more time with them than we see our own families. And
you know what? I had a question. I don't know if the angels will give you answers or not.
Okay.
It's about my son.
Okay.
When my first meeting was here, we were talking and stuff and going out and doing this, and it's like nothing ever really got resolved. Like we haven't talked about anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like before, you know, he's quiet, you know, nothing, you know. So I just wanted to know what
okay.
about that.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm glad that there was a lot of communication. I'm glad that that was able to happen. That's really good, Florence. I know that you were praying for that, and you were praying for some kind of, you know, at least communication with him. So I'm really happy that you were able to at least communicate with him and what's the word in English? Convivir in Spanish. Be able to get along, right? So let's go ahead and.
Yeah, we just hang out, you know, and stuff like that. But it's just like it's like they're back like the way they were before. Mm-hmm. What do the angels want me to do now? You know, that's my question. What do they want me to do?
Yeah, and what I'm getting, what's coming through intuitively right away before I pull the card is, time is gonna help. Time has been helping, and I know that I think it's been like almost 2 years like this, right? At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what they're saying is that time is really, really going to help. Let the time come. They're saying that the holidays might be another opportunity for you to become closer. So just keep showing. That's what they're coming through, and they're saying is just keep showing how much you're there for him and how much no matter what, you're always going to be there. And that unconditional love will always be there, regardless of what you think he did right or wrong or whatever. Maybe he didn't do right or wrong. But regardless of that, there is that unconditional love, and that will never go anywhere. The two cards, it's so funny, the two cards that came through, I'm pulling from the Angel Tarot deck, and they are both Archangel cards, which we know Archangel cards are the life-altering cards, right? And the first card that's coming through is an Archangel Raphael card, and it says the Lovers, but it's all about like healing with relationships. It says intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. So Archangel Raphael wants to, number one, make sure that you aren't going to stress yourself out about this, because of the fact that you've got to take care of yourself. So make sure, and you've been doing really, really good. You've been doing amazing, Florence, with that. So continue doing that great work. Don't stress yourself out about the relationship. He needs more time, and you just have to show up as the unconditional mother, the mother that has that unconditional love, regardless.
Right.
And don't try to pick a fight. Don't try to like pinpoint, or because that's what I think that he's kind of worried about. He's worried that you're going to somehow, he knows you want to bring it up. He knows you want to talk about it. So just love him unconditionally, no matter what, and just do things for him. Maybe you can do some of the gratitude work that we talked about earlier for him, and let him know that you're not going anywhere, that you will always be there. Okay? That's the first card. The second card that's coming through is another, like I mentioned, Archangel card, and it's Archangel Raguel. And I don't know if you remember, but Archangel Raguel is the one that has to deal with relationship harmony. And this card is the Justice card. And it says, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. So what I'm getting with this card is the angels know that you have been praying for a better relationship with your son. But they also know that you have also been working on your relationship with yourself. And that it's time for you to, regardless of your unconditional love, you are always going to be there for him. But you cannot be putting yourself down or beating yourself up for something that he's going to judge you for, you know, for the rest of his life or for the time being. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah, I understand that. And it's true. I don't want to talk about what happened in the past. I want to talk about the future and move forward.
Yeah, just cut the cords to that like energy of holding on to.
Yeah, at this point, I feel that if we're both human, we both make errors, we learn from our mistakes, and that's how we get stronger in life, you know, and stuff like, you know, like we have to go through.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at right now with that. I don't want to argue with them, you know, I don't want to blame him, and, you know,
yeah,
just move on, you know, let's move on to the next chapter in our life.
Exactly.
And let's just, you know, let's just be happy and love each other, you know?
Exactly, Florence. No, I hear you, and that's really what's coming forward with Archangel Raphael and with Archangel Raguel. So just Archangel Raguel, you can call on her, and it's Raguel, 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 and she is the one that you can talk to for any. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the video. She's the one for any relationship harmony. Let's see if I can. So call on Archangel Raguel. And Archangel Raphael, making sure that you are taking care of yourself, honey. Which it sounds like you are, but I know with all this drama that's going on with work and whatnot, like I know I want you to really. Okay, there we go. Relationship. Oh, it's not sticking. There we go. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out here, but anyway. Okay, so